How does he get it out of the toilet into the...
I don't know!
Oh, God.
I was really rude to someone. Not rude, they were rude to me, so I was rude back.
Hey.
Downstairs, when I went to go and get you that bottle of water,
Oh, why?
like your PA,
You're good.
I did offer, I know. I held the door open, guy arriving for work, and he just walked through and didn't acknowledge me, so I just went, thank you. And he turned around and actually looked quite upset that he hadn't said thank you. And he said, oh, I'm so sorry, it's just early. And I went, it's never too early for manners.
Is that what you said?
And as I walked away, I thought, that was a real dick move.
God. As if you just said that to someone.
Monday morning at 8:10.
You love a bit of confrontation.
No, not normally. I'm never normally that ballsy, but I was bigger than him, so it was fine.
Are we ready? Hello and welcome to Help I Sexted My Boss, the podcast where we help you navigate the challenges of modern life, answering your 21st century questions and finding solutions to those everyday dilemmas, like, is a hand wash an acceptable substitute for shampoo?
Oh.
And how many Chucky biscuits can I eat before I hate myself?
Again, these are such fascinating insights into Ben's life.
I have had so much chocolate this weekend. And what should you do if you've accidentally sexted your boss? But we're not your usual agony ants, are we? William Hanson, the UK's leading etiquette expert.
No, we're not Jordan North. I'm more F&M, you're more B&M.
Very good.
And that's from Jen.
We've never thought that before.
Have we not? I don't know. It has the ring of familiarity.
Fortnum &
to it.
Masons.
And what does B&M stand for?
B&M Bargains, isn't it?
Yeah, but what does the B&M?
Very good question. What does B&M Bargains stand for?
Brenda and Matthew?
I don't know. I've not been for ages.
Benny and...
Michael?
Oh, Bert and Mary.
Bert and Mary.
Yes.
There you go.
There we go. They leave Cherry Tree Lane and run off and start a discount store.
Hey,
that's what they did.
Don't knock it. You get some absolute bargains in B&M.
No, well, I'm going to visit it now.
There's B&M and there's Home Bargains.
Yes.
Oh, I used to get all sorts. You get like 20 pot noodles for £6. I used to go all the time.
Isn't that how much a pot noodle costs anyway?
I mean, Wendy goes for all the cleaning bits.
Right. Nice.
They're all Wilco.
Okay, good. Shall we have a G&D?
Yes,
as
let's
ever?
do it.
Do you want to pour the gin?
Okay, why not?
And
Just
I would like to toast.
Oh,
I would like to toast. Actually, well, that's very apt. Actually, that noise. I'd like to toast Reese and his friends in New Zealand, who were at some LGBT, whatever the letters are, event in New Zealand, which is mine.
Oh.
Sorry. And we had this on our weekend release, and they started this call and response of Wendy, can I borrow your potato peeler? And lots of homosexuals and the queer community in New Zealand all called it back. So well done, Reese.
shit the bed, right?
Yes.
The impression of Vicky, my mum's friend, who
Yes.
I grew up with, who actually came round my house.
Who actually said?
Wendy, can I borrow your potato peeler?
Yeah.
Her husband DM'd me on Instagram this week. But
Did it contain his solicitor's details?
And that's what I thought. So it took me ages to open the letter. It took me ages to open the DM.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God, he's had the impression. Oh God, he's come over right. So I opened it, and it wasn't actually. It was a reply to a picture. I put a picture of me and my little brother up when we were kids, and he was like, that's how I remember you. And then I was like, who's this guy? And then it was Vicky's other half.
Oh, right, okay, so he hasn't...
Who my dad was in the army with.
So he hasn't heard it yet?
No.
But we do have his contact details.
So, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Anyway. I don't even know if my mum's heard it yet.
Well, your mum has nothing to be worried about. So it's not really
a
joke about her. No.
Yeah.
course
Anyway,
not.
he got in touch and we were chatting and I was thinking, oh, God. As always, if you need our help with something, then we would love it if you got in touch. You can send your tales of trepidation to help@sexandmyboss.com, or you can tweet us or send us a message on Instagram @sexandmyboss, or you can write to William, who promises a handwritten reply on his own lettered paper. The address is on the website, sexandmyboss.com.
So you've been unwell, which is why we're recording this on a Monday.
Yes. Now, usually we record on a Friday, but I text the group at 8 o'clock on Friday.
Plaintive text came in.
What does that mean?
Just, slightly pathetic. Oh, guys.
No, so I'd been
Lying
up,
on your deathbed.
I'd been up all night with a fever. So
Lucky fever.
Shut up. So it was one of those where when I woke up, the bed was just covered in sweat. I'd sweat the bed.
God, you said sweat.
So I was like in a big hoodie. Then I'm hot. I had a big fever, and I think it's my tonsils playing up again. But I don't want any more antibiotics because I'm worried that because I had them again recently from tonsils. Basically, I need my tonsils taken out, but I can't take.
We could do that for a bonus.
But you need
Get me those scissors.
But they don't really take them out anymore. But mine are bad, and you need about 2 or 3 weeks off. And I'm also worried that they slightly change your voice, which my voice is everything to me.
That's all you've got.
I'm like Adele. My voice, so I'm like keep putting it off, and I need to.
How do you think you'd sound?
Hello, and welcome to Help Our Sexton Boss.
No, and do an impression of how you'd sound.
Hello, and welcome to Help Our Sexton My Boss. Yippee! So
You've turned into my brother.
I'm worried. So I was really ill over the weekend. I'm in bed all day Friday. I hate being ill as well. I was mad busy.
think
I had
most
a voiceover
people...
to do for Go Hard, Go Home.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
I had all sorts to do on Friday. So I was in bed and I was really looking forward to a drink on Friday as well. Cause I don't,
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't drink. Not when you're ill.
No, so so Friday, Saturday, I'm in bed all day. And then yesterday, Sunday, so I had to feel better. And I thought, right, I'm going to make some Yorkshire puddings, which, if you see my Instagram story, didn't go to plan.
Right, well, by the time this episode goes out, your Instagram stories will have gone.
But yeah, so I was really ill. Yeah, I hate being ill.
Well-
So we're recording it on a Monday.
So, yeah, I had a whole day on Friday planned, and that was I was going to come in early. Ben was going to finally give me the key to the post room, and I was going to sit and do some correspondence, because I'm aware there's a big pile.
There is a big pile of letters.
Yeah, and I will get back to you at some point, but you can firstly blame Ben because he lost the key, then Jordan was ill, so blame Jordan. So it's just not my fault. It never is. And so I didn't come in to do the correspondence, didn't come in to record the episode. So I had an entire day free. So I went to the gym. I had a lovely day.
Did you?
You were on death's door, but I had a very nice day.
God.
Did a bit of work in a cafe.
I wish I weren't as busy like you.
Went to the gym.
I'd love to have
Had lunch with our friend Chelsea.
Yeah.
That was nice.
See, so Friday, like everyone thinks, because I'm not on the radio, everyone thinks Friday's my day off and I just go and get a facial or go to the gym or something.
And carry on.
But Friday's my day where I push everything to Friday. So Friday's usually mad for me. I've got to be in like 3 different places at once.
Gosh, how do you live?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. So Friday's probably my busiest day of the week.
Well, you had it off this week.
So I had it off. I was in bed. But now it means this will poor me, but it means this week's manic. Hence why we're doing the podcast recording at 8 o'clock in the morning
Well, that's fine.
on Monday.
Although neither you or Ben are morning people. So I'm a morning person.
Yeah,
I walked into the studio and said to Ben, I went, hello. He went,
That is not fair.
It is.
Took the piss out of
Because
me.
you're so jolly. It's just like, let us wake up.
yeah, but I'm a
We
morning
get
person.
it. You get it. You've been up since 5
If we
o'clock.
ever record
and
this podcast at 10 o'clock at night, then you'll have what I have.
Yeah, you get it. You get up and send 20 emails at 5 o'clock.
Sorry,
in the
I'd like to
morning.
take back that Ben was moody. He was not moody. I could just tell it was early. He's looking a bit... Oh, no, don't cry. Don't cry.
So, yeah. I've had quite a week of it, if I'm honest. I'm just glad it's behind. Did you hear I swore on air?
Yes, I did hear that. Lots of people sent it to me. It's like, well, hello. I mean, have you heard the podcast? He swears every 5 minutes.
Yeah. I swear on podcast, but and people always say to me, how do you not swear on the radio? And I go, it's just, you just...
It's like going round to your grand's.
Grandma's, you
That's
never
what you've
swear
got
in
to
front of your
think.
grandma.
Yeah.
But I was trying to say fitted sheets.
Yes.
And I've got my new braces in. And I said fitted shits.
Yes.
Now, there is, what you've got to do is if you swear or a caller swears on air,
You have to apologise.
you have to apologise straight away. That's when you get in trouble, if you don't apologise. So I apologise. But yeah, I just had the week of it.
Had the week of it.
My Yorkshires didn't work. I said
No.
last time I was going to try and make my Yorkshire puddings.
No.
Forgive me if you've heard me going on about this for ages, but I said last year I'm giving up on making Yorkshire puddings. It stresses me out. I can't make them. So then somebody sent me a letter to Radio 1 saying this is a foolproof recipe, and they were still failed.
But did the recipe call for olive oil? Or oil? Because you
Oil.
put oil. Yeah, I have told you
Oh, beef
so many times. Beef dripping.
I don't know what beef dripping is.
You go to your local supermarket.
Yeah.
And in the sort of around the butter, stock, margarine area will be beef dripping. And you buy it. It's about this big from... There's only one supermarket I go to.
Beef dripping.
Yes. Or you
Sounds
collected
like
Oh, it's disgusting.
cow semen or something.
Well, and it is white, but it's the fat that drips off the meat as it roasts, and supermarkets will sell that, or you can make your own at home, collect your own at home, but who can be bothered? And then you pop that in. And you have
right.
to get it piping hot. I will come round to mine, or I will come round to yours, and I will teach you.
I'm not doing it again. I've given up on them. So I've had a I'm ready for a good positive week. Don't help. I FaceTimed my mum yesterday, and Frank the dog's not well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
How old is
Don't,
Frank
because
now?
I will cry.
Oh,
I will.
how old is Frank? Not you
He's-
as well. Ben crying, you crying.
He'll be coming up to 14. So
Oh,
he's
okay.
and he's weeing and stuff everywhere. And I'm going up in a couple of weeks. And Wendy's like, "Oh, I thought, we might take him." And I'm like, "I am not coming up the weekend you're taking him to the vets to be." She went, "Yeah, because it'll be nice that you're here." And I'm like, "Please." So she's trying to talk about that, and I'm like, "No,
Oh dear.
that lovely dog, don't."
He is a lovely dog. I've
will.
never met him, but I've seen him on Zoom.
Yeah. We got him when Bradley was ill, and he used to. Have you ever seen Marley and Me?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh God! But basically, the dog, when the kid's ill in Marley and Me, stays by his side. It was like that when. So yeah.
Have I ever told you that I had our cat put down?
You-
I sent one of our cats to an early grave.
Why?
Tuppence.
Tuppence.
Yes, tuppence a bag. Anyway, she was the eldest cat. We used to have 5 cats.
You had 5 cats.
Yes, at a time, and then we had to get rid of one.
God, I bet your house stunk.
Oh no, my she died last year. Late great aunt Hilary used to have 35. Yeah.
She was like the mad cat lady.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway.
I've got champagne. I've got cat. I can just imagine your mum answering the door with like cats on her, like the mad cat lady off The Simpsons, a bottle of champagne. Hello, top hands, get off me, darling.
Anyway, we went to go and visit my parents. This is a couple of years ago, and Tuppence, she was a very elderly lady at this point, and Tuppence tried to jump onto the sofa but couldn't because all her legs and mobility had gone, and she made this awful plaintive noise, a bit like you on Friday, and.
I was ill.
I know. Well, so was Tuppence. And my parents said, bless her. And we're like, no, I really think like that. She's really not very well. Like, I think months ago, she should have had a little special trip. So we left at like 10 o'clock to get our train. And then by midday, that was that.
When I last took Frank to vets,
Yes.
because he was a bit overweight and what have you. And the vet picked him up. I look at him. He said, "I'm going to have to put him down." I said, "Why?" He said, "He's too heavy." It's not even my jolly week, joke of the week.
Well, it is actually in a minute, but yeah, not yet. You've peaked too early.
I'm going to have a good week this week.
Okay. It feels like weeks ago that I was actually in this particular place, but I haven't given a proper debrief about New York.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
New York was wonderful. Thank you. We had a lovely time. It was nice. We've done New York many times, so we didn't sort of need to do, let's go and see Central Park. Let's go up the Empire State Building. We didn't need to do any of the sort of the stuff that you need to do on your first trip to New York. We met some lovely people. On the way over, 2 G and Divas, air stewards.
Really?
Benjamin and Ellie.
Oh, okay.
Hello to them.
Hello, Benjamin and Ellie. Did you get an upgrade? Oh, you was probably already there, weren't
There
you?
was nowhere left to upgrade me. No, actually, that's not true. But they made us very comfortable.
Did they ask after me?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes, Ellie in particular.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. And
Hi, Ellie.
oh, Jordan's just done a wink to the camera. That's disgusting on so many levels. And we also met lots of G and Divas as well on the street. It's like when you went and you were walking along in Brooklyn and people just randomly.
No.
Yep.
Shut up. That's amazing.
Hello to Helen, to Max, and to Harry and Declan, who we got to know especially.
They're G and Divas.
Yes. Helen, so we are walking around the meatpacking district.
That's a surprise.
On your recommendation.
Lucky district.
And Helen just literally sort of almost touches me on the arm in passing and just said, Helen, I'm not going to do your American accent.
Do the accent.
can I just say I love your podcast? You got me through lockdown. Thank you. And just carried on. And I almost cried.
Last year when I went to New York for the first time, and it really felt like the podcast was definitely on the up.
Yes.
I'm
the good old days.
yeah.
How
How can we put this nicely? Gene Divas that have been with us since the start, we love you, but the podcast, we're just getting more and more listeners since But I knew we were on the up when someone come up to me in New York and was like, "Oh my God, I listened to the podcast." I was like, "Jesus, in New York, people listen to Help by Sex and the Boss." So that's amazing.
Yeah, well, our new friend Harry in New York Mikey was in a loo washing his hands, and Harry went, "Is it Mikey?"
What?
And Mikey, yeah, I know, Mikey was delighted.
Was he?
Yeah.
That's me, cock. Aye. How can I help me?
But anyway, Ben, people are still yet to go up to Ben.
Not a single person.
Or Ben actually said to me the other...
Since the North Korea thing, not one.
Ben said to me the other day, he went, "Someone's messaged me on Instagram. They sat next to me on the train, but they were too embarrassed to say hello to me. Just say hello to me. I want people to acknowledge me."
G and Divas, listen, if you ever see us in public, come and say hello. We
Particularly
we love
if it's
it.
Ben.
Yeah, I know we sound desperate now, but if you ever see us, I mean, apart from if it's William and Mikey and they're arguing on the tube that time.
Oh, for God's sake.
Do you remember that? Someone wrote in, they were going to go and say hello to William, but he was in a heated discussion with Mikey at the time. But yeah, if you ever see us, come and say hello. Definitely.
Yes. So that was a highlight for the New York trip. A low light, however, well, there are two things. One, I saw a man he was wearing AirPods or ear things.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the bathroom. I was washing my hands, actually. That's all we did in New York, is wash our hands. And
No, what were you doing? Just hanging around in gents' toilets?
shh.
Like worse than George Michael, you. God bless him. God bless you, George.
So I'm washing my hands, and in the mirror, when I can sort of look back at the urinals, he is having a business call at the urinal, doing his thing. It's disgusting.
Oh, I've done worse.
He's participating in a call, talking about a spreadsheet or something, whilst having a wee at a urinal.
It's worse when you're having a number two.
Well, I would grant you that would be worse.
Jordan, what do you think? Well, yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, I'm up for that. I'm free that Thursday. Yeah, everyone does it.
No, not everyone does it.
Everyone does it.
So that was disgusting. Also, new bugbear. I don't know whether this is a new thing in
God.
New York or America, or it happened before and I just never noticed it. Any coffee shop, hotel, restaurant, normal shop that you go into, from every level, I'm talking sort of, your Starbucks to even a nice 5-star hotel, they all now seem to go, "Hello, welcome in. Welcome in.
Welcome in.
Welcome in." You can't welcome me out. The word is just welcome.
Oh, God, you are on one at the moment. If it's not bloody napkins on cutlery.
Well, yeah, that was a whole thing on Instagram last week. But no, it's just welcome. You can't welcome out. Why are you putting the in on the end?
You need to go.
It's superfluous.
Who's he?
Welcome in.
You sound like, what's her name from Monsters, Inc.?
Roz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
That's how they all sound in New York.
Anything else you want to get off you?
Well, give it 5 minutes.
Anything else? Can I just say as well, Chi and Divas, and I'm looking right down the lens here.
Oh.
I am not married, right? I've been reading the comments.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people, I didn't know, is that
But you are wearing that ring.
Is that on your marriage finger?
Yes.
Finger?
I noticed you looking at my ring earlier.
Because so loads of people, I've just got some new rings and it only fits on that one. So I've put it on there.
Yeah, and it's hard
look.
with costume jewellery, it's hard to get it resized.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So no, I've not got married.
But then why are you wearing it on that? Can I see it?
It's just a bit of costume. It only fits
Oh,
on that.
could you
Is
take
it
it
bad
off?
luck to wear it on that?
Well, it's not bad luck, but it's obviously confused a few people.
Well, I'm not married. Oh, don't bite that, you dirty get. Anyway, just to clear things up there.
Okay.
I feel like we've been... God, I don't think we should record on a Monday morning again. It's not been a very bright or positive episode, this, has it?
Excuse me, I've been ungrateful.
Have you?
Yeah.
You've just bitched and whinged about America for the past 5 minutes. New Yorkers.
Have you heard our back catalogue? That's all I do.
Sorry, G&D Divas. Right, second part's going to be...
will be good.
Never recording on a Monday morning again.
Well, it's your fault. You were ill.
I can't help being ill. Do you want to talk about your towels?
No, we'll save towel chat for another
Okay.
week.
Should we do Jordan's Jolly Joke of the Week?
Go for it.
My grandma hates a new stair lift that I got for her. And I'll tell you the punchline after the break. Okay, Gene Divas, thanks for sticking with us. What?
You're funny.
It's time for Jordan's Jolly Joke of the Week. And my grandma hates the new stair lift I got her.
Oh, right.
She says it drives her up the wall.
To be fair, I don't think you've done that one before, so well done.
Did I do? I told one this last weekend that got a really, really big laugh about the old fella that goes into the doctors.
Mm.
And he goes, well, not all my jokes are about old people, by the way.
No.
I ever told you this one? Old fella goes to the doctors, really busy. He goes right up to reception. He says, "Excuse me, I've got a problem with my dick." And receptionist says, "Sir."
Oh, you have. Yes, you have.
Oh, have I
this,
told it? You've embarrassed yourself in front of everybody here. He says, "No, go and sit down and come back up in 5 minutes later and disguise it as something else." So old fella sits down. And he goes up to reception 5 minutes later. He says, "Excuse me, I've got a problem with my ear." And she says, "All right, okay, what's up with it?" He says, "Can't piss out of it." Have I told you that one?
Yes. You see, and also, can I don't want to be proved right when we introduced the Jolly Joke of the Week feature, however many series ago, but you would always do like 2 or 3 or 4. And I always would think, you're using
out.
all your content and you're having to repeat. Whereas actually, had you just done 1 per episode, you'd still have loads.
William Hanson, you were right again.
Thank you. That's all I needed to hear.
How did you get?
Oh, no, I worry that you feel offended.
No, I just not in mood for you on Monday mornings, that's all.
How did you get here today in the studio?
Help, we're recording on a Monday.
How did I get here?
Yeah,
I took the Elizabeth line.
Today?
a high horse.
Well done, producer Ben. Keep
Oh,
that in.
okay. Ben and Jordan ganging up on William.
Must have
This is
took-
workplace bullying.
He climbed all the way down from his ivory tower, got on his high horse, and came to. We're actually, there's a bit of a tension in that we're never recording on a Monday morning again, ever. Right, it's your go, dickhead. What are you doing next?
Right, listeners' problems.
Let's go to listeners' problems. Come on. Right, are we all friends? Love you, Ben. Say love you, Jordan.
Love you, Jordan.
Love you, William.
Love you, Jordan.
Say love you, Ben.
Love you, Ben.
Love you, William.
Are we all friends?
Yep.
Make friends, never ever break friends.
Why are we doing a silly handshake?
No, you do it with that. Make friends,
Friends never ever break friends.
Okay.
Dear William Jordan.
Sorry, I just want to go.
Jordan just gave me the finger.
Come on, it's a Monday morning.
We've just,
Well,
back to Monaco all over
really
again.
want to fucking punch you in the face right now. I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh, that was harsh. I'm joking. Don't. I feel
okay.
bad. We're
It's
friends.
fine. Dear William, Jordan, EPB and Diego, my question for you is this. What is the etiquette when you're standing at a urinal and experience stage fright with a large queue forming behind you?
Oh, God.
Does one stand their ground until completion, or is it the right thing to accept defeat in the quest of relieving one's bladder? Any help in this awkward situation would be greatly appreciated. Yours, Sam.
Girls, you will not know the pressure of sometimes having to wee at your urinal. It's usually at the football for me. You go up, you bust in, and you could be mid-flow or you're about to go, and it just says, "No, not today." Not today. And you're like, and then you feel like everybody's watching you. Sometimes you stick it out. Sometimes you've got to call it.
Get arrested for that.
Sometimes you've got to call it quits. Sam, I'd judge the situation because you could be there for 5 minutes.
I don't use urinals.
You don't use your urinals.
No.
Sometimes, like, take your mind off to a dripping tap or waterfalls. That helps. Think of running water. Or sometimes just admit defeat and go back 10 minutes later when it's not as busy.
Right.
It happens to the best of us, Sam.
Yes, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I have no real experience to share
Have you
here.
never...
No, I have used them, but it has to be an absolute last resort. I would rather just sit during Act 2 of a show, desperate for the loo, than use the smelly. Oh, no. No.
Yeah.
I'd rather eat fish.
What, the news of urinal?
Yeah. And I hate fish.
If you think about it, urinals are quite...
Disgusting.
Yeah, they are actually when you think
They're
about it.
absolutely filthy.
You're just pissing on a wall, aren't you?
Okay, let's
That's all it is, aren't you? Just literally pissing up a wall.
Let's go to this next one, which is from Honor without a U, so she's American. Dear Jordan, William and PB, I'm a long-time listener and first-time writer. I love the podcast. Thank you for never failing to make me laugh. Until this episode.
Never recording on a Monday.
Changed it for you, Honor. I'm wondering what the etiquette is when two of your friends break up.
I don't really want to punch you in the face.
No, thank you. Thanks for clarifying that.
I would never lay a finger on you. I wouldn't touch a
shame.
hair on your body. There's not enough to do.
I've been in this situation a few times, in various friendship groups where a couple has broken up and I'm friends with both parties. For context, my friends and I are in our mid-20s and scattered across the country, but many of us live together whilst at university. It's difficult to navigate when two friends break up, especially if no one is really at fault. But specifically, it's hard to know what to do when I'm hosting a party or drinks, but want to invite both parties. Usually I tell them both that I've invited the other, but often one party won't want to come if the other is there, etc., and it just makes things all a bit tricky. How should one approach these situations and keep everyone happy? All the best, Honor. My view, very good question. You just invite both of them if you are still friends with both of them. It's up to them to sort it out. It's not up to you. You have done the right thing. You've still invited both of them rather than one over the other. Obviously, if it's a small, intimate dinner, different story. You just have to have two dinners. But if it is a large sort of soiree, a bon vivant buffet, that sort of thing, then you just invite both of them and just let them worry.
Well, Your Honour,
Our Honour.
I agree with William there, but also in an ideal world, when you get in your 20s and 30s and you've got friends that don't like each other, does not part of you think, I'll put your differences aside just for... Unless they absolutely hate each other.
I think with exes it's difficult.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But that's it. I've when I used to do larger parties, I would invite people that their exes were there. In one instance, they were very recently broken up, and they came, they were fine, they were civil, there were lots of other people. If you share one circle of friends, it's going to happen. So you might as well just get on with it.
Yeah. Or you could have a little rota where you invite them to one do, and then the other people to the next do, and explain to them both that's what you're doing to try and keep them separate, but also keep both friendships alive. And if they get arsey about that...
I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't
Yeah,
even go
if they
that
get
far.
arsey about that, then it's just be like, well, no one should ever tell you to not be friends with someone.
No, true. Now, obviously, look, if one person was absolutely horrific to the other person, it's a...
Say you were Catherine and it was Tommy Lee Royce, you should never be.
Oh, Happy Valley.
So that's...
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, it was a bit of... Yeah, it was good.
We'll chat tomorrow. I said that to Mikey in bed last night with the lights off. Freaked him out.
Don't do the impression, spoilers.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, Honor, I would just invite both of them and let them... I think you're being too nice, and I do think you are being too nice, and you can actually sometimes be too nice. Just
Not
invite
wrong with
both
being
of
too
them.
nice, Your Honour.
No. Oh, all right, you're going to do that joke again. Okay.
Hopefully it'll get a laugh.
Keep hoping. This is from...
Oh, God. This
is from Anonymous, and we love an anonymous one.
Yeah.
Dear William, Jordan and team, I'm an estate manager in Europe.
Oh.
And during a meeting with the owner, I asked for a few documents, and I was informed I'd received everything by email. This is normal practice. Before opening the email, I received a second email saying, oops, not for you. I was intrigued and had to open the email. I had all the information I asked for, plus a little surprise. His girlfriend, topless. Being a gay man, I can appreciate a woman's body. However, her being younger and organically pert is not my thing.
Pert.
Perky. Firm. Taut. Yet to go south. My issue now is, he made her aware of the mistake, she knows I know, and is more embarrassed than I am. What do I do?
Why? Who's emailing who pics? That's what WhatsApp's for. So I've heard. Why would you email topless pics?
It's a bit odd putting it on an email, I'll be
What
honest.
is it? The early 2000s? What?
Yes. Why don't you fax me something? Do I say I deleted the email and read the newest sent, or admit I've seen the firm titties, you can tell he's gay, and say nice? I know her very well, but I don't wish to embarrass her further or lose my job. What shall I do? Kindest regards, Anonymous.
Never talk about it.
Yeah,
Never
pretend
bring
you
it up
don't
unless
notice.
she brings it up. Yeah, unless the firm lady brings it up, then be firm and hold your ground. And yeah, don't bring it up. Don't worry, you're overthinking it. I think.
You either do one of two things. You either, if she says, "Did you see a particular picture in the attachment?" You go, "Yes, I did, but don't worry, I've deleted it," and you just move on. And you be honesty is the best policy, rather than "Yes, I did," or anything like that. Don't do that.
What is it? An Harry Enfield sketch?
I don't know what. I don't know what you say. Or you say, no, what? Oh, yeah, I know there was an email that was sent to me. I just deleted that and read the next one.
Yeah,
but
just
that
say it
takes
was-
a lot of acting.
Yeah, just say, "Oops, it wasn't for me."
Yeah.
I would genuinely. I know people probably eye rolling it if someone said, "Please don't open that," I probably wouldn't.
Oh, that's very
wouldn't.
honest of you.
I
But I
wouldn't.
suspect you would.
No, I wouldn't. If my boss said to me, "I've sent you something, but don't open it," I'd be like, I wouldn't want to.
No, but it's the don't press the button thing, isn't it?
No, I wouldn't.
Don't press that button.
I genuinely don't think I could, or I would.
Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Oh, would
Would
I
you?
what? Open
If I
an
sent
email?
you an email saying "don't open," would you and said "please don't"?
Yeah, but then I'd act.
I wouldn't. If you sent me one and saying, "Oh my God," I wouldn't. Would you?
I would
wouldn't.
tell you I didn't, but I'd bloody open it. We'd get 5 minutes out of it next week, so we don't have the repetition of this week.
I wouldn't. Because I don't like the cringiness. Yeah.
This one is from Emily, brackets, William's biggest fan.
Oh,
Hopefully she means me and not Prince William or someone else.
she means you.
Hello, you beautiful men. I was hoping to receive some advice regarding the etiquette of farting in bed. When with your partner.
No.
Is it better to fart under the covers where the smell is trapped but then your partner is in a cocoon of your fart? Or is it better to flip the cover back and fart out of the sheets, even if it gives the fart the freedom to reach your partner's nostrils? I asked my partner which he would prefer, and he said he didn't know how to answer. So I thought I would ask you what the etiquette is. Many thanks. Emily, William's biggest fan.
So,
I mean, this is, again, a bit like we're in urinal gate here. I don't quite know how to answer this. Because
you are aware of the concept of a Dutch oven.
yes, we have talked at great length before about Dutch ovens.
Emily, now, I probably would have said, had we started this at the start of this podcast many years ago, that it's fine to fart in bed. However, I would say it's probably best if you got out of bed and went to the toilet and did your little trump there.
I would recommend that wholeheartedly.
Unless you're on your own, fart in bed, crack on, shit away, trump, just get it. But I don't think your partner would appreciate you farting in bed.
I don't think anyone would appreciate that, whether it's
mean-
your partner or someone you have a more fleeting relationship
And
with.
before people say, "Oh, you've changed, you're not normal anymore," in my 20s, I would have happily have farted in bed. Yeah. But now, just try not to fart in bed, Emily. That's my... Do you think that's good advice?
I think that's excellent advice.
Yeah?
I do actually agree with you. Who
Yeah.
knew that you and I would agree on
I
farting?
know. Years ago, I'd have been like, "Fart in bed, carry on, fart away." But let's do one more.
He wants to do that one. Those two we haven't done.
Farting in bed. Have you... You don't still fart in bed, do you? Oh, there we go. That's
Bennett.
Ben.
Oh, my... This final one is from Paula. Help, I'm scarred for life. Hello, William, Jordan, and producer Ben. I'm going to introduce you to something called Igloo-ing and change your life forever.
Oh, gosh. What? Right. Is this going to be somewhat rude?
Back in 2018, my husband expressed a desire to connect with some American expats here in Croatia. I'm Croatian, my husband is American, and he was going through a very homesick period of his life. On Facebook, we found a group of about a dozen people from the States who met weekly for drinks and various other activities. My husband fitted right into the group and found it very helpful to be amongst people who made him feel at home. A year into meeting them all, two guys who shared an apartment, let's call them Ryan and Alex, decided to host a Thanksgiving dinner. We agreed that each of us would prepare and or bring something. My husband, our friend Marissa and I were put in charge of the bird and dessert. We arrived at Ryan and Alex's apartment at 8 a.m. to get everything ready.
Jesus, that's early for a dinner.
My husband was preparing a brine for the bird, while Marissa...
Is that a fish?
No, it's like a juicy stock thing,
Oh, okay.
marinade type
Gravy.
thing-ish. While Marissa and I started moving the frozen goods in the freezer drawer around to make room for a dessert that needed to be chilled. It was then that Marissa pulled out a particular Ziploc with what looked like 4 sausages inside.
What? Right, whoa. They were shifting freezer?
Yeah. Just rearranging to, put things in.
Oh.
And then pulled out and in the process, we're moving things around to create a bit more space.
Pulled out a Ziploc?
Ziploc bag. Freezer bag.
Oh, okay.
My husband picked up the bag with a look of disgust and asked, "Are these condoms?" He then took a closer look and threw the bag away like it was the devil itself, while gagging and gasping for air. There in the Ziploc were 4 perfectly straight, frozen logs of shit in neatly tied condoms.
Not on a Monday. Jeez, just give me a second.
Can we not have a nice question about pina colada glasses again or something?
Gee, let me have a drink of water. I feel a bit ill.
We stared at each other and...
Wait. Fucking Nora.
No, it's from Paula. We stared at each other in shock while my husband was still gagging on the balcony behind us.
Just hold up.
We've all been there.
Just hold up. Are you telling me there was
Well, I'm going to continue with the letter, but
frozen shit in the freezer in a condom?
in a prophylactic, yes.
Is this made up?
But it all goes on in Croatia.
Fucking hell, fire, Grandad.
When Ryan came home, we showed him the bag and he just rolled his eyes and walked into Alex's room. The fact that he wasn't shocked at our discovery shocked us even more for a few minutes until Alex emerged from his bedroom looking all kinds of embarrassed and explained that the logs actually belonged to him. Needless to say, it was the most awkward Thanksgiving dinner ever, and it wasn't until everyone had a few drinks that evening that we finally got an explanation. Apparently, Alex is into something called Igloo-ing, which, for all of you fellow clueless souls... Do I really need to read the rest of this?
I think I know where this is going.
All I would say is what you all think, yes. The last word is dildo.
Just read it. Read it.
Means that he likes to freeze...
Read it properly.
I am. Means that he likes to freeze...
Wait, so...
Apparently, Alex is into something called Igloo-ing, which for all you fellow clueless souls means that he likes to freeze his poo in condoms and then use it like a dildo.
Jesus fucking Christ on a bike. Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus. I
know that...
life. Is that even legal?
I know the cost of living crisis affects people in different ways, but surely it was just easier to buy a dildo.
He uses his own poo to shag his arse.
Yeah. Can I just say to anyone that knows me listening to this, I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
I've got meetings and all sorts today. I've too much going on right now to deal with this shit. No pun intended. I just can't, William. I just can't. Give me the guy that was shagging the watermelon 3-4 series ago. What's
That looks like a Beatrix Potter now.
What's the advice they want?
Pretend not to know. I just don't know.
What? How've they ended? Go on.
Well, I'm leaving you now to process that image, Paula. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that.
My advice is for anyone that's into that, if you've got people coming round,
Yeah.
make sure you take it out the freezer.
Have a backup freezer in your room. Or put a padlock on. I've gone a bit Happy Valley now, but you could put a little padlock on the freezer.
Look, and before we get accused of kink shaming,
It's absolutely fine.
it's fine.
We're not.
It's
disgusting, but it's fine.
It's a lot for us to process. So please don't accuse us of kink shaming. Each to their own.
Yeah.
But it was just a lot to take in at the time of recording.
In a food preparation area.
On a Monday morning.
It's a lot.
Genuinely think that is the worst. Like, nothing will top that. Nothing can, like, that's going to be for years to come if we're still doing this podcast.
Not after this week.
I've gone, like, I can't describe. That's proper freaked me out, that.
You know when we come round for dinner in a few weeks?
There will not be
Can I look in your freezer?
You can have I promise you, come round to dinner, just don't look at shoebox under bed, but you can look in freezer, because I promise you there will not be frozen shit in my freezer.
Well, that's good to know.
That's absolutely just... And maybe I've lived a sheltered life.
What's coming up on the weekend release?
I couldn't tell you, because I've... How does he get it out of the toilet into the...
I don't know!
Oh, God. Oh, God. I've just got an image. He poos it straight into the condom, doesn't it?
I don't know.
He poos it into the condom. He does.
Okay, can we not talk
William,
about this?
he poos it into the condom, and then he ties it up and puts it in the freezer. And he does. He poos it into the condom, and I'm crying, because there's people in the world that do this. And I'm not kink shaming, it's just...
Go get yourself a watermelon. That would be better.
It's absolutely... I just can't. Remember, you can listen every Tuesday and Friday, watch us on YouTube on Mondays, and share us on your socials all week. You can send your tales of trepidation to help@sextedmyboss.com. You can tweet us or send us a message on Instagram @sextedmyboss, or you can write to William, who promised us a handwritten reply in his own lettered paper. The address is on the website, sextedmyboss.com. That's put me right off the ready breath.